Hedek Minster welcomes you to this broadcast of the OHSAA Boys District Final Basketball Tournament on NK Telco Sports. We're at Wapakoneta High School where Spencerville Bearcats will take on the Marion local Flyers. Tonight's game brought to you by the following sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, the Center for Orthopedics at Wilson Health, and NK Telco. Welcome to the district finals, Spencerville and Marion local. The winner moves on to regional play. I'm Dave Helmstead, alongside me Dave Kanapke. Spencerville Bearcats 21-3, hard-fought win over the Perry Commodores, and district appearances are rare. And moving out of the district, well, that's kind of an unknown factor. Yeah, for what we know, they haven't gone out of district for a long time. They've been in this final here at Walpock 3 times, but they got their way here by beating Lima Perry in a battle, kind of pulled away from a good Perry team in the fourth quarter. Now they have 21 wins. That breaks a school record set back in 1987. They had a lot of players back, 4 starters back on the team. It's their first winning season after 4 losing seasons. Have a pretty balanced attack like Marion. Henline and Dylan Smith both average about 12 points a game. And the Marion local Flyers, they bring a 9-game win streak, and of course the last time they lost was to these Spencerville Bearcats in overtime, 52-48. The Flyers rely on good inside play from Jack Kanapke and outstanding defense. Yeah, outstanding defense. They led the MAC in defense, as well as Spencerville led their NWC in defense as well. You know, they relied a lot in the tournament run, especially against St. Henry, on big Jack Kanapke, but they also have to hit their shots outside with Messer and Ronabon and Hess. It should be a heck of a matchup. We have a raucous crowd already. We're packed to the rafters. It should be a fun basketball game. So we're just seconds away from the start of tonight's pregame activities, the national anthem, as well as the introduction of our starting lineups, and all the players here tonight on these two teams. Spencerville, as we said, 21-3 overall. They finished in 3rd place in the Northwest Conference, only 3 losses, but Delphus, Jefferson, and Crestview above them. Marion local Flyers, on the other hand, were a share of the Midwest Athletic Conference with New Bremen and Versailles. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here's our national anthem on NK Telco Sports. Our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Should say Spencerville was second to the co-champions in the Northwest Conference, Bluffton and Crestview. Bluffton 21-3, Crestview 16-7. Right now they're about to introduce the rosters for these two teams, and of course our officials tonight are going to be Bruce Boehm, Michael Lampton, and Greg Spees are the officials for tonight's game, and they'll be coming up here next as we wait for the introduction of the starting lineups. And Dave, Spencerville and Marion local, as you take a look at this, what a great atmosphere. Yeah, great atmosphere. I think these teams are very similar. They have a little size in the middle. You got Kanapke
underneath. For Marion, you have Spencerville, you had Sudoff, but they both made about 100 3-pointers on the season, shoot a pretty good percentage, and then pretty successful coaches coaching at their alma mater. Kurt Guttemiller in his 11th year, he's now won 184 overall, and Kevin Sensabaugh in his 21st year has won 254 wins at his alma mater, and he was a pretty good player himself back in the day at Spencerville.
Excellent player. Kevin Sensabaugh went on to Ohio Northern University, of course. Excellent career there before coaching 1 year in junior high at Marion, and then went on to coach a couple years at junior varsity at Spencerville, and I think for the last, 21 years?
His 21st year, yeah. And these two schools have had some experience against each other in tournament. They played 3 straight years together in 2015, 16, and 17. 2015, it was D4. Marion won by 13. 2016, they were in Division III. Spencerville won that by 8. And in 2017, Marion won a squeaker in the Division District Final, 44-42. So these teams a few years back were in Division III a lot. And in the last few years, they've dropped down to Division IV. Makes this district that was already tough even tougher.
Spencerville and Marion local. Introducing head coach Kevin Sensabaugh. Introducing the coaches, as you can see the site here at Wapakoneta. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for the visiting Spencerville Bearcats.
Yeah, Kevin Sensabaugh, his first thing was he wanted to limit Marion's offensive rebounds. Can't let them have any stick-back points. Then he felt like they need to limit their own turnovers and then defend like crazy. This is going to be a defensive game, I believe, and he thinks that's a key to the game as well.
And for the Marion local Flyers, head coach Kurt Guttemiller, the keys to the game are the following.
He had similar thing, play great defense, rebound the ball, and he thought that was huge key to that, and be the more aggressive team is what he wants to do. Just follow him up on that point on defense is a key for both of them. Marion on the season has given up, let me check here, 41 points a game, and Spencer only gives enough 44. We were talking before the game, if this game gets into the 50s, we'd both be shocked.
It's going to be definitely a defensive battle, and as you pointed out, these two teams led their respective conferences in defensive figures. The lights go down here in the district championship game, and the starting lineups for the Spencerville Bearcats. Number 3, Josh Ainline, first team All Northwest Conference performer. And number 5, Brady Ronnebaum, averaging about 10 points per game. And number 11, at guard, Dylan Smith, a junior, a second-team performer, had 20 points against Parkway. Number 11 for the Flyers, Jaden Mesher, averaging about 8 points a game. And number 23, a sophomore, came down with 11 rebounds against Perry Carter Sudoff. Number 12, a junior, Tate Hess, 81 assists, leads the Flyers. Number 25, Tyler Koenig, a senior, also second team All Northwestern Conference. Number 22, a senior, Peyton Oddie, averaging 5.8 points per game. And a senior, number 33, Eli Harder, averaging a little over 7 points per game. And in the middle for the Flyers, number 33, a sophomore, Jack Kanapke, All-MAC, leading scorer for the Flyers, leading rebounder with 8.4 points per game. And our starting lineups all brought to you tonight by Sydney Allglaze Ideology. So the stage is set here at Wapakoneta. Excitement galore as the winner of this game will move on to the regional semifinals. Jack Kanapke and Carter Sudoff will step to the center circle, and this one is underway. Hess will have the basketball. He'll go to the right side. Back out front, it goes to Mesher. Ronnebaum will have it now. They go to the corners. As they so often have done this season, go inside. Hess at the lane. Back out to Ronnebaum. And as we anticipated, Dave, two teams playing some very good defense already.
Shots are going to be at a premium, especially open shots.
Ronnebaum, shot no good. Kanapke, no good on the rebound. Gets his own rebound, short pass to Hess, all the way back out to Ronnebaum. There's the three from the corner. No good by Hess. Tipped back in by Adi as Mesher will chase it down.
Nodding over and back there.
That brings the Spencerville crowd into it as if they ever left it.
Yeah. So the fourth chance here if they can get a shot off here. That was one of the keys to Spencerville, was limit the offensive rebounds by Marion. Not so good so far.
Kanapke will save it. Comes back out to near midcourt again.
This possession's over a minute 15.
Thanks for joining us, folks. The game just underway at 6:36 to go. Foul will go against Brady Ronnebaum.
So a lot of chances there for the Flyers, but offensive rebounds are good for your stats, but unless you score, it doesn't do a lot. So, but it was a battle. As you see here, we'll see on the other side here. Watch out for Henline. He has number 3. He has 55 three-pointers on the season.
Let's see what the Bearcats do. Fadeaway jumper, Henline, no good. Kanapke, one shot only for Spencerville at times. Up court comes Hess. Goes through Adi's hands and out of bounds. And
Marion likes to push the tempo, try to get the breakaway if they can. I think they went a little bit too fast in resetting up their offense. Second turnover already, 2 possessions.
6 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Dylan Smith, the junior, brings it across the timeline. Adi on him, ball tipped out of bounds by Hess.
I was interested in who would guard Henline. If it would be Adi or Hess, those two are very good defensive players. Looks like, or now Mesher is the one, or no, Hess is the one, number 12, that's on Henline, number 3.
Out front with it is Smith.
And Adi gets the assignment of Smith, who's really the playmaker, and also the other scorer averages right at 12 with Henline.
They'll try to go inside to Harder. Mesher on him. Harder's going to try and take the shot off the glass. No good. Rebound shot. No good by Sudoff. Rebound comes down to Koenig. Bearcats have it. Henline back out front. Smith wants to go inside on Ronnebaum. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Bearcats.
Not a lot of contact, not your classic charge call there, but I think a little bit of an elbow there. When these two teams played back in February, Spencerville got out to a 20-8 lead after one. Then Marion had a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter as nip and tuck the rest of the way. Spencerville won in overtime, but slow start right now by the offenses.
Mesher will have it. Ronnebaum, ball taken away. Here comes Tyler Koenig. Up and shot doesn't go. Follow up by number 11, Dylan Smith. 5:17 on the scoreboard, and it's 2-0 Bearcats.
Good job there by Smith with the follow.
Took us a while to get that first basket.
3 minutes about.
Ronnebaum, he'll shoot the 3. No good. Kanapke up and in. Jack Kanapke gets a rebound and puts it right back up as we go under 5 minutes on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. We are tied at 2.
Marion's already had 4 offensive rebounds, but that was the first one that resulted in points.
Smith to the baseline, back over to Henline for the shot. No good. Kanapke has it. Ball's on the floor. He'll have it, and number 25, Tyler Koenig, as well will have it. So possession arrow, it'll stay Spencerville basketball.
In the game will be Hudson Rose, a 6'4" senior, one of 4 seniors on this team for Coach Kurt Gettemiller.
Inbounds pass, Henline. Back out front, it goes to Smith. Smith wants to take it inside. Adi slows him down. It goes back out front. Smith. Back over to Koenig. Koenig, short jumper, got it. Tyler Koenig, 7.4 points per game.
Nice shot. A little bit of a step back there under some pretty good defense.
Shoots about 52% from the field. Now the Flyers on the attack. Knapke, ball tipped away. Comes down to Smith. He'll gather it in and come across the timeline. Henline behind the arc. Back over to Koenig. Going inside. Short jumper again. This time it's short. Ronnebaum with the rebound.
See if the Flyers will settle down here. They've had 4 turnovers already. Seems like they have their most open look when they do a ball fake against this aggressive defense, but they haven't been able to hit any outside shots.
Just a lot of defense being played. Two teams that are very balanced, very even, and just playing straight up good defense. Adi, the turnaround. Peyton Adi, he'll connect.
Nice job getting it underneath and doing it. You got to remember that they played each other. It was on a Saturday, so they didn't do a lot of preparation. They had a league game on Friday, so yeah, they played each other, but they really can focus on each other for this matchup.
Short jump shot, no good by Smith. Knapke on the board. Here comes Hess across the timeline. He has Rose in the corner. They'll bring it back out front to Adi. Over to Ronnebaum in the wing. Three-pointer shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Smith. Fast break. Bearcats up by Henline, and the shot off target, but a foul.
There's Spencerville getting a little bit of a fast break there before the Flyer defense go back. I think both teams want to do that because the half-court defense is so good that if you can get any kind of opening before the defense sets up, it's a big advantage. And Henline, a pretty good free throw shooter at the line.
Steps to the line. 51 out of 69 on the season. 81%, but he'll miss the first. Cade Elling, number 21, into the lineup for Spencerville.
It's a pretty young team. They only have 3 seniors, but a lot of these juniors have been playing the last couple of years. They said they got 4 starters back from last year's team.
Number 5, Evan Osting, also in the lineup.
Wow, an 81% shooter, not able to make either one of those.
Adi will have it back out front to Mesh, over to the right side and Rose. He looks inside. Knapke comes out. Flyers will run their offense. Tell you what, you need a couple of outside shots. Ronnebaum had a couple of threes there that weren't too bad. You hit those shots, Dave, and it loosens up in a hurry. Rose with a short jumper, no good. Sudoff with a rebound. Ainline, jumper, no good. Rose with yet another rebound. Hess.
And I think both teams, they have to work so hard to get open that when they do get open, like a Henline there, they tend to rush their shot a little bit because they're afraid somebody's going to be right there on them.
Back out front. It goes. Hess gets it into Knapke, makes his move, loses the ball. It should be Marion local basketball.
Through the year, Ronnebaum will come back. Through the years, Flyers have been kind of a slow starting team, but they seem like they get better as the game went on against St. Henry the other night. They started a little bit slow against St. Henry, but their second half was their best half.
I found an interesting stat by scoring by quarters we'll talk about in a second, but Hudson Rose will knock that one down.
Hudson Rose hasn't hit a lot of threes.
I think I've seen them all.
Yeah, that's only his fourth one. Yeah. He had one the other night.
I think he's hit one in every game I've done. Rose connects, and the Flyers are up by 3. Osting back out front. He'll go inside. Short jumper, no good. Rebound inside, no good. Sudoff had the rebound. It's going to be tipped away by Carter Sudoff. So the 6'5" sophomore battling it inside.
Yeah, it's interesting that Sudoff and Knapke, their big guys, are both only sophomores in a big game like this.
Number 45, Blake Summers, a freshman, into the lineup for Spencerville.
And these two teams in their last 20 matchups, the win and loss is exactly 10 apiece. So they play each other for several years during the regular season, so they know each other quite well. And again, another reason it'll be probably pretty low scoring.
Ronnebaum out front, posting on him as the Flyers look inside to Kanapke. Sudoff is on him. They'll move it around the outside. Ronnebaum. Clock coming down to the final seconds of the first quarter of play here on NK Telco Sports.
I don't think the Flyers are probably totally happy with their offense, but up by 3, I think they'll be satisfied to keep that going into the quarter break or more.
Ronnebaum tries to sneak inside. Mesher back over to Ronnebaum. Ronnebaum pulls up, gets it back out to Mesher. Clock is counting down. As you can see, Ronnebaum will put it up, blocked by Summers, the freshman, and that's the way the quarter will end. Our score, the Marion local Flyers 7, the Spencerville Bearcats 4. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Second 8 minutes of action coming your way here on NK Telco Sports. 7-4 Marion local. Observations on the first quarter, Dave.
Obviously, defense has been in control. Spencerville only 2 of 11. Marion 3 of 10. I thought in the first possession, Marion had all those chances they didn't score. I thought Spencerville had a lot of more open looks and some better opportunities, but they didn't score. Maybe it's partially nerves as it goes back, and maybe we'll see what happens in the second quarter as both teams settle in a little bit more, get into the normal pace of the game. But this is a big game, and everybody knows it, and sometimes it's hard to get those outside shots to fall.
Hess with the basketball. He'll put it off the glass, up and in. Tate Hess will score, and it's a 5-point Marion local lead.
Athletic shot there as a defender all over him, and 5-point lead seems pretty big.
Seemed like in the first quarter, Spencerville was able to get it inside, get some good shots, but nothing seemed to go.
Yeah, even their outside shooters had some looks.
Inside, there's the layup from Tyler Koenig, and the senior gets a big bucket for his Bearcats.
Koenig's had 4 of the 6 points for Spencerville.
7 minutes to go here. First half of play. District championship game. Hess back out to Mesher. Adi, Hess, Kanapke. Good defense as Eli Harder.
Yeah, good help defense as they were fronting him. Sudoff was. He had to pass over him, but good help there, as you mentioned, by Harder. I think he partially blocked that.
They look for the pass inside to Harder.
Wow, that was a break there as they're going to fix that. We had the better angle than the ref there to reach around there by Hess, and he knocked it out of bounds. He called it off. Just the refs call what they see, and that's what it looked like to them as Austin Niekamp, 6'7", freshman, number 23, in for the Flyers. He's played some JV, he's played some varsity as well.
Bearcats with the basketball. Back over the Handline. Got it. Josh Henline with the three-pointer. 36% shooter from three-point range as Hess goes inside and he'll draw the foul.
Henline's the guy that Spencer wants to get going there. He hits that tray and Tate Hess is making something happen here. He had a tough shot the last possession. He drove there, and maybe this is the type of game you need to drive and get yourself to the foul line.
And Hess will step to the line. 65% free throw shooter. As Carter Sudoff, the sophomore, will come back into the lineup.
So first free throws by the Flyers. Flyers shoot 65% as a team as well.
Second free throw, no good. So we're locked up at 9 as the Bearcats grab the rebound. Osting back over to the right side. It goes to Caney. They work it around the perimeter. With it now is Henline. He's got it. Adi on him.
And Niekamp and Sudoff are battling under there, a pair of 23s.
Inside, short jumper, turnaround, no good. Niekamp with a rebound.
That was a good job there by Niekamp to box out Sudoff.
Ronnebaum gets it to Adi. Back over to Mesher. He'll shoot the three. Shot no good. Boy, what a battle inside. Bearcats win the position. Koenig all the way. Shot no good. Ball's on the floor. Adi will pick it up. Flyers on the breakaway. Sudoff trailing. Adi will score. The Flyers go up 11-9.
There's a situation there where Spencerville had a good look. Not only did they miss it, but because they didn't get the rebound, you had to lay up the other way for the Flyers.
That felt like a 90-yard run in football at fast break.
Took a long time to get there with a lot of people pursuing him.
Adi's pretty good at it, too.
Yeah, he's pretty successful at that.
That's going to be a turnover. Bearcats a little bit out of sync there. Dylan Smith, the junior guard, comes back in, a very valuable performer for Spencerville. He's in the lineup.
Jack Niekamp comes back in the game as Austin Niekamp's done a really nice job on the defensive side.
They're going to keep the two big guys in.
Twin towers. Anytime you can line up 6'8" and 6'7" at the D4 level, yes.
That's right. Niekamp back over to Adi. He's going to go inside to Kanapke. Adi will get it right back. Shot doesn't go. Rebound cleared there by Henline. Up court quickly comes Smith. He's going to try to go for the hoop. Cut off there by Hess. Boy, that's just great defense. Back out front, Henline. Henline into the paint, fadeaway. Shot rolls in. Josh Henline, 6'1" junior. There you see him, number 3. We're tied at 11.
He had a nice friendly roll. He did a nice job. He drove in, saw the big guy Kanapke, and said, I'll do a turnaround there. And there's a turnover the other way.
Here comes the fast break. Blocked by Niekamp.
Yeah, that was a great block in the NBA. They wouldn't call a foul there because they would say you hit the ball before the contact. But at high school, somebody's driving and you don't keep your feet, it's going to be a foul if there's any contact at all.
So Eli Harder, a senior, he'll step to the line. 40% free throw shooter.
You know, all those percentages and free throws are all well and good, but you can't compare shooting free throws like in the third quarter on a Saturday night game compared to shooting them in a big tournament game in district. It's a whole different feel, and nobody's hit a foul shot so far after 5 attempts. Make it 6.
Not with about, what, 3,500 of your closest friends screaming at you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they're all friends.
That's true. That's true. It's a beautiful sight to behold after last season.
Yes.
Hess across the timeline. Back out to Adi. Adi wants to go inside. He's cut off there by Harder, but Flyers will be patient. 3:54 to go. Kanapke has it. Adi will take the shot. No good. It's going to go off the top of the board there, I believe. But nonetheless, it's Spencerville basketball.
I guess so. We're in the end zone on the opposite side, so.
A little bit of an unusual angle to see where it went, but it goes over the basket. Scrap for the basketball. Bearcats will keep it. Henline loses it. Mesher has it. Here come the Flyers. Ronnebaum. Adi. He's going inside, but they just get the help, and Adi just a little frustrated. They're going to call a jump ball.
Good help defense there by Koenig as he doubled down there on Adi and just made he had the jump ball before there was any kind of contact. That was just a good play. Results in a 6th turnover against the Flyers.
Take a look at it again on our winners quality meets.
It looks like you're trying to strip the ball. Using a football analogy, it looked like you're trying to strip the ball away from the quarterback, Adi. So maybe there was more contact than I initially said.
We are still tied at 11. 3:13 to go. First half of basketball. Henline got it. Spencerville up by 3.
You can see Henline settled down. That time he was open. He set his feet, relaxed, and just let his fundamentals take care of it.
Hess with a nice shot, but it doesn't go, and the rebound comes down to Koenig. He'll walk it up court. Ronnebaum will pick him up. It goes to the right side in front of the Marion local bench. Here comes Henline. He's going to lose it out of bounds.
That was probably a little bit too aggressive on the pass. That was a very narrow window to try to get it underneath there to Harder, and even if he caught it, there's a lot of people there, but I guess that's easy for us to say sitting on the sidelines.
If he had caught that, he would have had a very difficult time making a move.
Yep.
Marion local down by 3. Hess inside to Kanapke. Kanapke. Going to be a foul on Sudoff.
They are really playing him tough underneath. They're bodying him up. A lot of time they fronted him to try to pass it. Flyers like to have Kanapke touch the ball about every possession, sag the defense, and then kick it out. And they really haven't had that flow going so far.
Sudoff had 11 rebounds against Perry. Back out front. Mesher. Shot doesn't go. Good position by Harder, and here come the Bearcats. Up court is Henline. Over to Smith. Smith goes inside, but there's going to be a foul in the backcourt, which will go against Adi.
Dylan Smith's Adi's kept him under control so much. He's had 20 points in both tournament games so far.
Inbounds past Henline. Loose basketball. Bearcats will touch it. That means it's over and back.
You know, but they got a break on that. Yeah, it was over and back the turnover, but nobody from Marion saw it. That could have been an easy layup, but
Ronnebaum saw it, but it was just too late. He couldn't win that race.
Yeah, so there's turnovers, and there's bad turnovers that result in immediate points. So they had their 5th turnover, but Flyers didn't get an easy layup.
Ronnebaum's open. Brady connects.
First points of the night for Ronnebaum. One of the few times that the Flyers have been able to hit an outside shot.
1 out of 3 is what Ronnebaum usually does from the outside, 33%. We are tied at 14. Spencerville with the basketball. Ball comes over to Smith. Smith tries to go inside, does. Good defense by Adi.
Great block. Great block.
What a play by Peyton Adi. Let's see if Marion local can take the lead here. Clock coming up on a minute. Inside Kanapke. Kanapke wants to go inside. Sudoff does a nice job, but he gets it off the glass. Just a power move and a strong move inside by Jack Kanapke.
That was a good job by Kanapke. He didn't get frustrated. He kept working at it. He finally got just enough of an opening to put it up for his 3rd and 4th points.
Spencerville, now they trail by 2, 16-14. Out front, Smith. Shot no good off the front of the iron, and Kanapke will clear it for the Flyers. Hess wants to go inside. He does, and finds Kanapke. And Kanapke hits the bucket.
Hess has definitely made some things happen with his driving. That time he was able to get just enough of an opening for Kanapke. He can get the chance of the 3-point plays. He draws the 2nd foul on Carter Sudoff. He'll have to sit down beside Coach Sensabaugh.
Dylan Cook, a 5'11 junior, into the lineup for Spencerville. Kanapke got it. What's he made? 10 free throws in a row?
I was just thinking the same thing. He was 9-9 against St. Henry. He was only 55% going into that St. Henry game.
Early in the season, it was a struggle, but young man has worked at it, that's for sure. He's knocking those free throws down with regularity.
It's a big possession here for Spencerville.
20 seconds on the clock. Smith shot off target. Boy, is our board crash that time. Let's see who the call is on. Kanapke says, not me.
But I think that's on Jaden Mesher.
Goes on Mesher.
But it's before the shot, and Spencerville is going to take a timeout with 16 seconds to go as you get a look at the replay there. As Mesher is just,
Mesher.
I think he lost his balance a little bit and grabbed hold of the Spencerville player, and that's one way to stop the rebound.
Boy, really, there you see the Marion local student body. They're en masse here tonight, as well as the Spencerville student section is all here. I'd like to remind you that all timeouts tonight brought to you by Precision Strip, and also that NK Telco Sports and our sponsors very happy to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball tournament action on NK Telco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Thursday, March the 10th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, March the 12th at 6 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both teams have completed their tournament run. So, big possession. Spencerville takes the 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and I think Coach Sensabaugh senses that they need some points here to end the half.
Out front is Smith. Koenig. Over to Harder. Now Cook has it.
The illegal screen will give it to Marion with 3.7 to go.
So the Flyers will have a chance, and boy, we saw it in the previous game. These last second half-court or near half-court shots have been quite prevalent. Mesher hit one for the Flyers. Let's see if he does it again. Not quite. Bearcats just knock it out of bounds as the first half ends at our score. Marion local 19, Spencerville 14. You're watching the district tournament championship game on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being $1 billion company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Marion local in Spencerville here in the district championship contest from Wapakoneta High School. I'm Dave Helmstetter. Alongside me, Dave Kanapke. As we anticipated, a defensive battle. Let's take a look at those numbers, all brought to you by Wagner's IGA.
You see the numbers, they reflect the defense, and shooting not real great. 6 of 20 for Spencerville, 8 of 22 for Marion local. Both teams only hit 2 threes apiece. Not very good free throw shooting either by either team. 0 of 4 and 1 of 3. Rebounding very even. Both teams have had about 4 offensive rebounds. Turnovers are even at 6 of 6. In the first quarter, Marion had 5 of those 6 turnovers. The second quarter, Spencerville had 6 turnovers. Looking at the individual scoring for Spencerville, Josh Henline had 8 points already, all of them in the second quarter. Tyler Koenig with 4, Dylan Smith with 2. For the Flyers, they were led by Jack Kanapke, a relatively quiet 7 points. Peyton Otte with 4, Hudson Rose with a tray, Brandon Ronenbaum with the tray, Tate Hess with a 2. I think for Spencerville, Henline seemed like he got going and got his shot and his rhythm, scored 8s in that second quarter. But their other main scorer, Dylan Smith, hasn't really gotten going. That's a lot because Peyton Otte's right on top of him. And then for Marion, really the difference in this game is they had back-to-back possessions where they got the ball to Kanapke and he scored 5 points, and that's the difference in the first half.
When you have such limited number of offensive possessions, you know, the percentage of success, you get a ball inside a couple times to Kanapke and suddenly it's huge. And then, you know, the unseen or the seen stat that you don't pay a lot of attention to yet is missed free throws. Spencerville's 0 for 4. In a game like this, 4 points is huge. Second half is underway, and the Flyers will somehow maintain the basketball as Mesher will have it. Hess motioning inside to Otte to go to the other way. He'll come inside, pushes it back out to Ronenbaum. Ronenbaum gets it over to Hess. He gets it inside to Kanapke right in front of us against Sudoff. Shot is short, rebound. Dylan Smith, Spencerville, up court he comes. In the corner is Henline. Smith goes inside off the glass, no good. Otte with a rebound. Here come the Flyers, moving up court quickly. Ball tipped. Spencerville is going to make that a turnover as Koenig trying to gain control and he loses it. So the two teams exchange turnovers. I'm out of breath watching this. Marion local will settle in as we go under 7 minutes to play in this one. Third quarter action. Wapakoneta High School trip to the regionals at stake as Mesher fires it up. Jaden Mesher, the 6'2 junior, comes through with another big 3.
That's a big spot for his first points of the game for Jaden Mesher.
22-14, 8-point Marion local lead.
Here's big for Spencerville to don't have to get it back all at once, but if you're a Bearcat fan, you'll want them to answer soon to try to get into this 8-point lead.
Short jump shot, Koenig, no good. Rebound, Sudoff. Looked like he went right up and over. Kanapke out front, Henline. As he'll take the well, let's see what they call. They're going to call a foul as Henline went inside. For a moment, I thought there might be a travel call.
It had to be a foul or it had to be a travel. As we get a replay brought to you by Winners Meats and Osgood. Here he's driving against Hess, and he got his feet tangled. I think kind of a little bit bailed out. I think he was kind of off his rhythm there, but his feet got tangled up as well. So the opinion of the official, the tangled feet was what caused that.
Dylan Smith, left-handed shot, no good. Sudoff will save the ball, but Otte has it, pushes it out to Ronenbaum. Ronenbaum going up against Henline, going to go out of bounds, tipped out of bounds, and good defense right in front of us.
Yeah, he got the ball primarily. Of course, Ronenbaum wanted a foul. It's just every play, every pass, every shot is tightly contested.
Hess back over to Ronenbaum. There's Kanapke. That's the easy way. 10-point lead. In Marion local.
It's a great pass when they can get it to Kanapke where he's already turning. There's no way he's going to stop him.
Running right-handed shot by Henline, no good. Trying to get his own rebound. It's going to go off of Eli Harder, number 33, as he battles for the rebound.
Spencerville 0-4 already in this second half. Is it what was a 5-point lead is now a 10-point lead for the Flyers.
Jaden Mesher will come back into the lineup as Tate Hess rotates out. Working against Tyler Koenig. To the corner it goes to Hudson Rose. Back out front, Kanapke. Mesher. 10-point Marion local lead here as we start the third quarter on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Mesher back over to Adi. They're looking inside, and there it comes to Kanapke on Sudoff, up and in. I'll tell you, when he gets that position, it's almost unstoppable.
Yeah, it is. When he's got the one-on-one matchup there, up by 12 here.
Shot inside, no good. Blocked by Kanapke as Sudoff tried to put it back up. Smith out front. Almost loses the basketball. Back over to Henline in front of the Spencerville bench. 26-14. Henline, he'll shoot it. Three-pointer, no good. Grabs his own rebound. And the Bearcats with the turnover.
Bearcats had 3 shots in that possession. Not any of them being able to fall. Credit the Flyers defense.
They'll take a 30-second timeout. Spencerville does, and all timeouts tonight. Brought to you by Precision Strip as the Flyers race out to a 12-point lead at 26-14. And Dave, the Flyers in control right now.
In control. We talked about how they seem to start the game slow, but they play better as the game goes on. This is similar to the St. Henry game in that in the second half, I don't know if it's any adjustments they made or the players came out, or the adjustments the players made, but they have come out strong. They're really making a point of getting it to Kanapke. It seems like he's freer here in the second half than he was for much of the first half. Really until about the last few minutes. They didn't get the ball to him as much, and he had 5 at the end of the half, and he's had 4 here early second half.
So Kanapke with 11 points leads the Flyers. They've got 26, and Marion Local can increase this lead further. 12-point lead. Hess with the basketball. Ball goes inside, and there's going to be a foul in the backcourt. And that's going to go against Dylan Smith, I believe.
Second foul on Smith. Sudoff has 2 fouls. He's not in the game right now.
Inbounds pass comes into Mesher. Over to the right side, and Hess. Hess, they clear out for him. Tries to dump it off to Kanapke. It goes to the corner, and Rose. Back over to Ronnebaum. Flyers on the baseline. Ronnebaum, he goes inside, all the way back out to Rose. Hess, a little bit short of the iron. And we get a first-hand good look at Hudson Rose.
Yeah, it's ended up going backwards into our table. Good thing he wasn't going the other way. He could have been right over you, Dave.
Well, that Hudson Rose was right here, Dave. I can tell you that much. Love it.
Yeah, I'd love to be right down here to see the intensity.
Yeah, and you do see it. Shot no good by Smith. Rebound Flyers. Hess wants to move up court quickly. Here he comes. Into the lane. Up. Doesn't roll home. Tipped all the way out to Mesher, and the Flyers offense gets back into gear as they try to get it inside to Kanapke. Boy, Spencerville had what, 3 players collapsing on him?
They saw that coming, and they were going to stop it any way they could, as they know who's really making the difference right now. And he's making the points, but it's his teammates getting Kanapke the ball as well in places where he can score.
So very well said, Dave. Lots of good assists. Ronnebaum with it out front. Back over to Adi. Hess, Adi as they work it around the arc. Battle inside between the 33s. That's Harder and Kanapke. Adi in closer after the pass from Hess. He's trying to go inside. He took an extra step, though.
They stumbled just a little bit, and that's the 8th turnover on the Flyers. It's into the game, number 32, Chris Hardings, 6'4" senior, the coach Kurt Guttemiller. Spencerville needs a basket here. They are 0 of 8 this half.
Hardings comes in with 3 minutes to go here. Quarter number 3. with the basketball headline. Back out front, it comes to Smith. In the lane, Koenig, but there's going to be a foul in the backcourt. It's going to go against Ronnebaum.
And with Hardings coming in, that gives Kanapke a break. I feel like Coach Guttermiller has done a nice job in this tournament run of giving Kanapke a break when he needs it, and he gives him not real long, gets him back in there as quick as he can.
Flyers have really done a nice job on the two guards for Spencerville that are outstanding players, all Northwest Conference. Here's the loose ball picked up by Oddie. Inside up and in. Peyton Oddie.
Nice job. He got the steal. He did a good job of using his body to shield the defender. Flyers have him doubled up.
Koenig, he'll put it up and in. He'll counter. 6-foot senior with a bucket. He's got 6. Flyers back on the attack. Hardings with the basketball. Out front it comes. Mesher. Pass back over to Oddie. Out to Ronnebaum. That's a Flyer turnover as the ball finds its way into the first row of seats.
But following up with your earlier point, how you were mentioning how the Flyers defense have did a great job on their guards for the Spencerville. Henline had 8 points and a little flurry there in the second quarter, but Smith, who's really their playmaker, number 11, and he averages 12 points a game. It's been Oddie, it's been Mesher. They've had different players on him, and he has never really got going. A lot of their shots have been a little bit short. I think that's because there's somebody right on them.
And, you know, offensively inside, they have gotten very little as well. But overall, they only got 16 points. Short jumper, rebound comes down to Oddie. And, I mean, we're ready to go into the fourth quarter of play. Minute and a half to go here in quarter number 3, and you've got 16 on the board.
Yeah, it's tough to go inside when you have a 6'8" guy waiting for you, as Kanapke came in that last defensive possession.
Flyers looking to get their biggest lead of the night. Peyton Oddie, he's got 8 points, and he's establishing a pretty good game here tonight for the Flyers.
Yeah, he's played on the defensive end. He's got 8 points. So he gets fouled for a bump there, but just an athlete. Probably basketball isn't his best sport, but he and Ronnebaum gives a leader and gives the intensity to this team. Almost wills them to win. And right now they're looking pretty strong with a 14-point lead.
1:06 to go, third quarter action. Henline. S on him. They'll get it back over to Smith. Outside jumper by Osting. Shot no good. Kanapke will clear the rebound. They're going to call the foul on a disbelieving number 25, Tyler Koenig. Or it's going to be on. It's going to be on Koenig or Kanapke rather. Oh, that's going to go against Ronnebaum. Let's take a look at this one.
A box out.
Oh, that's away from the ball. That's why we didn't really see it. But Ronnebaum gets the foul. That's his third.
So he's quickly out of the ball game.
Henline, no good. Scrap for the rebound. Kanapke had his hands on it, but there's going to be a foul. This time it'll go against Spencerville.
Another example of a shot going short for Spencerville. I could go back and watch the replay of this game. I would say well over half of their outside shots especially seem like they've gone short. And they have only shot 1 of 12 this quarter.
You take. I think a part of this is the experience factor. The Flyers have more experience than the Bearcats. When you take a look at Spencerville's records, as we were talking, you know, pregame, even though this season the most wins in school history, the preceding seasons were a little bit tough for the Bearcats as they, you know, kind of build their program again, so to speak, on a veteran coach by the name of Kevin Sensabaugh, who's been around forever.
They've had some lean years. 4 years ago, they were 3-20, then 4-20, 7-16, 8-16. So to go from 8-16, 21-3 is a big jump. But yeah, they haven't had any big games to play in those years.
Kanapke tries to muscle it in, and I think maybe this is a big time environment here.
Oh, this is a big time environment, and but against a team that's used to this environment.
Very much so.
Not just in this sport, but in the fall football as well. They know how to win, and that will carry over to basketball as well.
There's lots of young folks on that Spencerville roster when you take a look at it. They start only, what, 2 seniors, and the subs off the bench are a freshman and a sophomore.
And so Marion only has a couple senior starters. They have a lot of young players. You could really make you could see these two teams back here next year.
Very much so. Very much so. 15-point Marion local lead.
By the way, Kanapke's streak of 10 free throws in a row went to the end there. He only made 1 of 2. So streak from last game.
There you see the Spencerville bench. Coach Kevin Sensabaugh. Bearcats inbounded. Inside goes Smith. Kind of muscles it up. Nothing. The ball is just tipped away, and here comes Hess. Fast break. Runabomb. Got it. Brady Runabomb. Final shot. No good. Kanapke with a rebound. He'll clear the boards, and the third quarter is over. Flyers running. Beautiful fast break to end this third quarter. Our score, the Marion local Flyers 33. The Spencerville Bearcats 16. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports. Mesher connected on that layup to end our third quarter for the Flyers. And now they enjoy a 33-16 lead, Dave. And boy, the Flyers running a little bit with the basketball.
Yeah, they do. They like to pick their spots, and that was a great way to end it there. Good passing there on the layup. One stat says it all in the third quarter. Marion 6 of 9 from the field. Spencerville 1 of 15.
That is not going to win you many ball games.
No, that's not going to win you games in the middle of January, let alone in a district final. But that's been because of this Flyer defense and their offense. As you talked about, they started out slow, but the games I've seen about 3-4 times. They seem like they play better and better as the game goes on.
Marion local scores more points per average per quarter in the fourth quarter than any other quarter.
Really?
By a substantial amount.
Wow.
15.4 points.
And you know, they've won quite a few games, so I imagine a lot of those they won fairly easy. So in some cases their starters would be out of games. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's like 385 points they've scored in the fourth quarter. Of course, they're not bad in overtime either, I don't believe either, but
they're not bad, period.
That's correct. That's why they've got the record they have.
They've won 9 in a row. Their last loss was to Spencerville, and they're about to avenge that if they can hold on with a big lead.
Rose trying to get into the act. Nothing on that one as Sudoff will track it down. Inside the lane, Henline, he'll score.
Henline in double figures with 10. You're going to hear a lot of Josh Henline and Dylan Smith next year as they'll both come back for their senior year.
Ball taken away there. Nice defense by Tyler Koenig. Henline over to Smith. He bobbles it back out to Koenig. He loses it, but gets it to Smith in the corner. Shot blocked by, I believe, Kanapke, and rebound to Hudson Rose. And a whistle and a foul. Nate Colder off the Spencerville bench for the first time, I believe, today.
Dave, this district's been held at Wapak about every year since 1995. And it was 27 years before that. The MAC has won this 24 times. So they're on their way to winning 25 of 28. The only non-MAC teams to win this district was Ada won it in 09. They beat New Knoxville in the final. Very good New Knoxville team. And then Perry won it back-to-back in 16 and 17. Spencerville has been in this final 3 times, the 11-15 and tonight. Unless they turn it around, they'll be 0-3 in this district final here at Wapak.
Adi to Ronnebaum. Adi has it in the corner. Back out front. Hess. Flyers going to be patient. Lead and the clock all on their side. Ronnebaum finds Kanapke. There's the easy bucket. And I think that'll be on Josh Henline, perhaps.
I think sometimes what gets lost in there is you see as you see Kanapke goes to the line, people say, oh, they got a Kanapke there. So the whole team is such good ball handlers. You have 4 good ball handlers there. Not just can dribble the ball, they can also pass very well. And they're very unselfish, and none of them is looking to shoot unless they are open, and they just move the ball so well. Kanapke a lot of times is the beneficiary of that.
Evan Osting with the foul for Spencerville, his 3rd foul, as Kanapke readies for his 2nd free throw shoot. Connects. Osting tried to go inside, back out to Harder. Osting gets it to Henline. Henline into the lane. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound.
There's an example of Henline. He's contested that whole time when he's trying to get a shot off. Has to shoot one off balance.
Ronnebaum to Adi. Tried to get him an easy bucket, but Spencerville's defense cuts it off. Flyers go back out front. Ronnebaum, Adi, Harder. Gets it partially. Kanapke up and in. What a grab by Jack Kanapke. I think he took it off our table,
yeah.
Dave.
It seemed like he did. Adi did all the work, and then he just kind of reached out and said, okay, I'll take it from here.
Reached to the out of bounds line, just pulls it back in, puts it up and in.
And he's only a sophomore.
Osting with the bucket. 36-20, and the Bearcats down by 16 after the made bucket. Flyers, they're going for the easy shot, and their passing skills, as you so noted, and their ability to handle the ball as Hess goes inside, up and in.
I like how he drives in when they would need to drive to make something happen. He does it. He's got 4 points, but his contributions have been more than just 4 points.
Outside shot. Evan Osting will connect for 3. Osting, the lone sign of offensive life right now for Spencerville.
He's a sophomore. You're going to see him next year, and be interested in keep an eye on them next year. Good chance we'll see him back here.
Mesher got it. Jaden Mesher connects. Timeout on the floor. Full timeout, so we'll take a break. Marion Local will regroup. All timeouts tonight brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Marion Local 40, Spencerville 23. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports. Marion Local with a big lead, 17 points. And of course, after tonight's district championship game, there you see the Marion Local student body. They'll move on to Bowling Green and the regional semifinals.
Yeah, it'll be the Stroh Center on Saturday or Tuesday at 8. They hang on here, play the winner of Ayersville and Antwerp. Our producer Scott Robinson just gave us an update at halftime. Antwerp leading 24-19. Antwerp ranked number 3 at state. Last year they had a very good team. They were ranked high. New Bremen knocked them off in a very close game in the regional semis last year. So I'm assuming Antwerp is a very experienced team that the Flyers will likely have to face if they can hold on here.
And Antwerp and Watkins played last year, the division.
Good point.
And Antwerp was a winner on that up at Antwerp. That was shortly after Watkins played New Bremen.
Yeah, also in that regional, the other districts that go under there, the Findlay district's playing tonight. Tiffin Calvert, the #1 seed, playing Old Fort, the #2 seed. Tiffin Calvert's ranked 4th in the state, so that's another team to watch. And in the Elida district, 2-seeded Columbus Grove is playing #6 seeded Ottoville. Ottoville had knocked off the #1 seed in that district. Columbus, that was Crestview.
4 minutes and 18 seconds to go, and Brady Ronnebaum will step to the free throw line. And he'll connect.
Ronnebaum with 4. Going into this district, Coach Guttemiller said in the papers, like, this district is like a regional level of talent that you have to play. So whoever come out of here, it's kind of like winning a regional. Well, looks like they're going to win this regional district, but it's going to be a very tough regional at BG, as well as #3 Tiffin Calvert, or #4 Tiffin Calvert, #3 Antwerp, and Marion Local is not ranked. Will show some things there as Osteen hits another 3.
Osteen's got 8 points already, all here in this quarter, or at least it seems like it was all in this quarter.
Yes, he has.
Flyers will go to the free throw line.
The Flyers, just like they did in the district semi against St. Henry, they come out in the second half. Coach Guttemiller, him and his staff working some good adjustments at the halftime break.
Kanapke's had the ball, but it's going to come back down to Summers. Blake Summers, the ball's going to go off of Josh Henline.
And of course, Coach Guttemiller, the state champions back in 2018, when they won a lot of really close games, beat a great Cornerstone Christian team in the finals, and it's either 1 or 2 overtimes. And they've been down this tournament trail, and they and their fans will be glad to go down the trail again.
Flyers with the basketball as we go under 4 minutes before the celebration for the Flyers can begin. 16-point lead. Mesher, Ronnebaum in the middle of this offense. They get it back out to Hess, into Adi, back over to Mesher. He's open. Count it. Jaden Mesher open behind the arc and hits nothing but net. Foul is going to be on Adi as Spencerville tries to go inside.
Boy, Jaden Mesher did not score in the first half, but boy, he has a sweet shot. He's in double figures now with 10.
Just great balance, different weapons that the Flyers do have. Once they get going, they all play defense.
Yep.
They all could, like you said, 4 players on the floor can handle the basketball very well. Not a lot of weaknesses. Just a good, solid basketball team.
And if they need more people, they got 6'4" Rose, 6'4" Hardings, and 6'7" Niekamp to come off the bench.
Lots of players can come off that bench. In the middle, it goes to Ronnebaum. Ronnebaum, he'll pull it back up, get it back out to Hess. Ronnebaum. Flyers just taking their time, looking for the good shot or the foul. Spencerville with 18 fouls, Marion Local with 7. There's the whistle, and the Flyers will step to the line.
And in the preseason, not a lot of people talked about that Marion winning the league. You know, people thought they'd be good, but then again, like Jack Kanapke played a little varsity last year, wasn't real impressive. They lost some good players. Coming into this, they thought they'd be decent, but they have just got better as the season's gone on.
A lot of players have developed and come through this season for Marion Local. 45-27. Koenig, short jumper, no good. Kanapke with the easy rebound. Here comes Hess.
And I hate to tell their opponents, but Kanapke's only a sophomore. You got Niekamp's a freshman. As Kanapke with another basket.
Easy layup for the big man.
You got Mesher and Hess are still juniors. They'll be every bit as good next year.
17 points for Kanapke as the Bearcats turn it over.
Right now, Coach Guttemiller, the only thing he has to think about now is, I'm sure he's still in the mode of it, but his assistants have to remind him, okay, it's time to bring some other players in. So it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
Late in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Flyers just going to play a little keep away here.
And this was, yeah, they're playing keep away. It was a 14-14 game late in the first quarter, or late in the first half, and then 5 points quick by Kanapke, and then they just piled it on in the third quarter. And Flyers are going to win another district. That'll be the 5th district under the 11 years for Coach Guttemiller.
1 minute 59 seconds remain as number 21 Cade Elling will come off the Spencerville bench. The senior. He'll come in, and Dylan Smith, a junior at 6'1", will go out as Tate Hess steps to the line. Hess averaging about 9 points a game this season. Free throw a little bit off target. He's 65% free throw shooter. Flyers up by 20. Make it 21. 48-27. Henline will handle the basketball. Back over to Osting, who's had the hot hand. Turnaround jumper is good. Evan Osting. Tell you, he looks like he's ready for next year. He might be ready for next week.
Yeah, he's 10 points here in the fourth quarter.
Him and Henline both have double figures for the Bearcats. In fact, you take a look at it, and what Osting, Henline, and Tyler Koenig have got 26 of 29 points. So timeout on the court. Timeouts all brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Marion Local Flyers 48, Spencerville 29. I'd like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays. Tournament action on NK Telco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Thursday, March 10th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, March 12th at 6 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Our score, Marion Local 48, Spencerville 29. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports. Two teams take a timeout. The clock counts down, and as we said, timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip.
You look at the big crowd here. A big crowd here between some of the Spencerville people have left, and obviously probably a little disappointed, but you got to remember they had a record-breaking season. They had 21 wins. That's a school record. Anytime you can break a school record is pretty impressive. Young team just couldn't hit their shots, especially in the second half, and they'll learn from this and they'll come out stronger against a very good Marion Local team, as Coach Sensabaugh is going to bring some players in, and probably Coach Guttemiller will reciprocate. Usually it's kind of the protocol. Your team's behind, you bring in the subs, kind of like you're calling off the dogs, and then everybody can get in the game.
Hess with the made free throw. All sorts of substitutes. Blake Summers, number 45, back into the lineup. The 35, Dylan Cook, all for the Bearcats as they are wrapping up, well, their most successful season in school history. Most wins with 21 as Hess. Free throw no good. Cook will grab the rebound. Headline will bring it up court. Osting. He'll put the shot up. No good. Rebound battle comes down to Coulter. Nate Coulter, number 15, also into the lineup.
Just three seniors on this Spencerville Bearcat team, and Cade Elling, Tyler Koenig, and Eli Harder. Harder and Koenig we saw a lot tonight, and congratulate them on their basketball career. Wish them luck this spring and in their future plans.
And here comes the Marion Local substitutes with we got about a minute approaching as Hess will have the basketball. They asked for a substitute timeout, so the officials indicate that the subs can come in. Nice round of applause there by the Marion local fans that are here tonight. Big crowd on hand.
Well-deserved ovation that those 5 starters received as they played excellent basketball. They have now won 10 in a row. You always want to play your best basketball at the end of the season. They are definitely doing that.
Flyers inside as Eifert almost loses the basketball, puts it on the floor, tries to get the shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Bearcats. Evan Osting with 30 seconds on the clock. He'll pull up and shoot the 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Eifert as number 4, Luke Pullman, will bring it up court. Taken away by Henline. Henline in for the layup with 12 seconds left. And it's 49-31. Flyers with the basketball. That's going to be it. As number 15, Brandon Ike, will handle the basketball. And the Flyers come up with a big win. They move on to the regional semifinals. Our final score, the district champions, the Marion local Flyers. Marion local 49, Spencerville 31. We'll be back with our recap and net cutting activities. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being $1 billion company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
There you see the Spencerville Bearcats receiving their awards as district runner-ups under Coach Kevin Sensabaugh. Bearcats finished the season at 21-4. Tyler Keeney, number 25, set to receive his award. As you see presentations being made. Bearcats very successful this season. They advanced to this district championship game with a 50-43 win over Perry. Fortunately, they saw an 8-game winning streak snapped here tonight. And the Flyers, of course, captains now for Spencerville, will come forward to accept the district runner-up trophy. There you see some of the Spencerville folks still in the stands. And now the district champion, Marion local Flyers, under head coach Kurt Gottemiller. Carter Jones, Luke Pullman, Dan Koenig, the athletic director, presenting the medallions. Brady Ronnebaum, Mitchell Ranley, Jaden Mesher, Tate Hess, all part of the starting lineup here tonight. Marcus Rethman, a sophomore. Brandon Ike got a little bit of playing time at the end of tonight's contest, as did Aiden Eifert, number 21, a junior. Peyton Oddie, one of the leaders of the Flyer squad, the senior, accepts it. Austin Niekamp. Number 24 there is Hudson Rose. Number 32, Chris Hardings. And Jack Kanapke, number 33. And Kyle Undgren, a freshman, 6'3" freshman, all get their district championship medallions, and the coaches come forward to get their medallions, led by head coach Kurt Gottemiller, as the Flyers in match number 21 of the last 21. They're 11-10 now. Two teams came in even at 10-10 as the coaches, Jay Emwally, Jacob Sherrick, Ted Jones, and of course the head coach Kurt Gottemiller. And the captains come forward. Looks like that's the seniors on the squad.
Just the 4 seed in this district, and pretty good 4 seed.
They were a very good 4 seed. Battled all the way through it, and they end up with the championship, and on to the regionals they move.
Yeah, they started out, they played New Knoxville, took care of business there, and then they played a pesky Minster Wildcat team that was a 1-point game with 3 minutes to go as the parade goes up the net as Brady Ronenbaum will start, and then a battle against another rival in St. Henry, and then very good Spencerville Bearcat. And every one of these games at district here, they have played their best basketball in the second half, and that's been the winning secret. They will move on to regional play at BG.
And I tell you, as you watch Marion Local over the whole season, there was a lot of players that began to develop, and they got better and better. And your analogy of 4 kids that can really handle the basketball, and then when you have a great post player like the young man Jack Kanapke, who's still developing yet, and he's strong, he can make that shot inside. It's just a great combination, and a well-coached squad too.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, they were the first team to knock off Botkins. You had that game, I believe, on New Year's Eve, as they won on last second play there that they won. Is
a great pass. A great pass from Jack Kanapke to Peyton Oddie as time is running out. I mean, just a tremendous pass play.
And there, you look at their losses. They lost to St. Henry on a shot late in that game by 3 in the asset allocation. They lost to Versailles. They lost to Jackson Center, just got eliminated their last game, and then Spencerville, they avenged that one. So they avenged 2 of their losses here at district to St. Henry and Spencerville, and they are rolling. And whoever they play, Antwerp or Ayersville, I'm sure they will know about the Flyers. And on top of that, they didn't start their season until December 17th. And I give the Flyers credit. Of course, they've had great success in football, but then they turn the page, go to basketball. It's not pretty early, but they just schedule the games and they keep working at it. And the thing you can say about Marion local athletes is they work. They play hard, and they're getting the rewards for their hard work.
And you take a look at their schedule too. Often they've got to play. There were a couple times they had to play 3 games a week.
Right.
And that's hard to do. That's very difficult in high school, especially when you're coming off of coming off the football season. You're trying to get caught up. I think the goal is probably by the first of the year to get yourself caught up. That's a lot of basketball to play for a team. And the game against Botkins, which the Trojans still in it as well in the regional semifinals, that showed you the strengths of the team, their defense, and
just to follow up on that,
big plays.
And they played in the asset allocation on the 28th and the 30th. That's a big games there against Coldwater and St. Henry.
And then the next day,
then they decided, what the heck, let's play the defending state champions the next day.
And they moved the time up. It was an afternoon game. It was like a one of those day-night things for baseball almost.
Yeah.
They played it in the afternoon.
I know Kurt Guttemiller fairly well, and he coached some of my sons when he was JV coach at Minster. And I remember a few years in the paper, he commented on, he said, we're not making any excuses that we play football. We're just going to use that winning that we learned from football and take that into basketball, and they just grind, and they just work hard at it. And they're not only a football school, they're a basketball school as well.
Yeah, you look at Kurt Guttemiller's record, 100, that's something we haven't mentioned, and I don't believe. I got him at 184 and 92 or something along those lines. What an absolutely great 11 years that Kurt Guttemiller has had for.
He's had 2 losing
Flyers.
seasons, but those losing seasons were 11-13 and 11-12. Those aren't
Not
bad.
much.
And he's moving and getting close to some legends at Marion. They've had mainly 3 coaches in the last many years. Keith Westrick was at a state championship, a lot of success, has 194, so probably Coach Guttemiller passing next year. And then the legend Jack Albers at 290. And if Coach Guttemiller, Kurt sticks around for a while, he'll pass the legend there in Jack Albers. He's like you said, like you talk about some of his, he's had, well, you just go through some of those records that he's had.
You go 2013 and 14, 22 and 6, 8-1 in conference play. 2014 and 15, 21 and 5. 2017 and 18, unbeaten in the MAC, 25 and 4 overall, and of course the MAC championship as well as the state championship as well. So just there's some huge seasons there.
Yeah, they're at a couple of those years back to back. They lost in the regional finals against Tri-Village, a very loaded team that ended up winning this state that second year. I think in Division III they got beat. They had a run here. They got beat in the regional finals there. And it's like people say, well, they lost in the regional final, can't win the big one. Well, you got to do a lot of good basketball to get that far. And they were playing in Division III that is the district is tough here. That district had OG and LCC for a while, some really powerhouse teams that they played. And he has had quite a career, as you spelled out there.
Yeah, just some unbelievable record. I think it's 184 and 92, which is a winning percentage of about 67%, bumping up on 70%. So, that's quite an accomplishment. Of course, you take a look on the flip side. We talked about it earlier, Spencerville, pretty good chance that they may be right back in this district tournament next year with the number of players that they have returning. Just lots of young talent on that Spencerville team. And Coach Kevin Sensabaugh, doing a nice job of bringing it along. 21 wins this year after, some difficult seasons the last 4 or 5 campaigns.
Yeah, like you look at their starting lineup, Henline, Smith, both of them average about 12. They're juniors. Sudoff, their big guy, is a sophomore. They had a freshman, Blake Summers, come in, and then we had Evan Osteen as a sophomore, had 10 points in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, we'll hear a lot about the Spencerville Bearcats in the next couple years to come.
Say they're cutting down the nets here at Wapakoneta. There you see one of the team managers for the Flyers, cutting the nets down as everybody's had an opportunity. It's been a nice celebration for Marion local and quite a season.
Yeah, and you think these high school kids are excited about cutting it down, but these managers, this is a
big deal.
Big deal here. And they spend a lot of time of it, and
they've done one more thing than I've ever done in my life. I can tell you that.
Me too.
Never happened.
And so yeah, and they're around these kids, and these high school kids are role models to them. And
closest thing that I ever had happen to me was Hudson Rose landed the fourth quarter right here on my table, right in front of me.
You almost felt like you were part of the win.
I was part. I was close.
You almost got boxed out on the play.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you wonder what we're talking about, we're right on the court here, right underneath the one basketball, right with the basket where they're cutting a net. You see a lot of the game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The other night we saw a good conversation between one of the officials and St. Henry coach Eric Rosenbeck, and that was in the first, minute of the game. So,
Yeah, our camera guy's giving us some good views. Craig Louth is on top, giving you a view there. You see there now underneath there, Jeff Henshin. Not only can he announce, he also runs a pretty good camera, giving some good angles there underneath and making it all happen back in our NK Telco Sports van. Our director, Scott Robinson, and Bryce Hamrick. And bringing you the sights and sound here from the Wapakoneta district. Again, in the last 28 years here at this Wapak district, the MAC has won it 25 times.
Tell you what, let's take a look at our final stats and numbers, all brought to you by the folks at Wagner's IGA. That net's just about ready to come down. And let's take a look at these numbers, which will favor the Marion local Flyers, the number 4 seed.
Especially the top one there on the left side, Spencerville, only 13 of 48, and they were just 1 of 15 in the third quarter, which has spelled their doom there in the third quarter. Marion, a very good 19 of 39. Free throws, 1 of 6 for Spencerville. They didn't get to the line a lot. Marion just 7 of 16, but a lot of those are anticlimactic in the fourth quarter. Rebounds, Flyers out rebounding 24-20. Turnovers were pretty even, but definitely the shooting was the difference. I'll total up some of these numbers here as they were led by Jack Kanapke, had 17. Jaden Mesher had 10. Peyton Oddie with 8. Brady Ronenbaum with 5. Tate Hess with 6. Hudson Rose had a big 3 in the first half for their total of 49 points for the Flyers. For the Spencerville Bearcats, they were led by Josh Henline, who had 12 points. Evan Osteen came off the bench, had 10 points in the fourth quarter. Dylan Smith was held to just 3 points. Credit the defense. And then let's stop here for a minute and see Coach Kurt Guttemiller.
He's going to get a cut down the net here as he'll take it down. He's got it, waves it to the fans still here tonight.
He'll give it to the seniors, I'm sure, and Marion local, the district champs. Also rounding out the scoring, Tyler Koenig, 6 points for Spencerville. So Spencerville ends a very successful campaign at 21-4, but the Marion local Flyers now 22-4, winners of 10 straight. Will play on Tuesday night at the Stroh Center at BG against Antwerp or Ayersville winner. Last we heard from our producer, Antwerp was up by like about 7 or 9 at the end of the third quarter.
Good chance it's going to be Antwerp. And all of our stats and recap brought to you by Wagner's IGA. Player of the game tonight brought to you by NK Telco. And the player of the game tonight, Peyton Oddie. The senior had a solid game. Came up with some great defensive plays, some big rebounds, and some key buckets. Just a nice effort by Peyton Oddie.
Yeah, he had a lot of assists going there, but I think the key, and both Dave and I talked about this, was the defense. He stopped Dylan Smith, who came in here, averaged 12 points a game, held him to 3. And that, in a game that we talked about was going to be about defense, all of them play defense, but I think he was the difference here. And he's been their stopper on defense all year. He usually draws the toughest assignment. So we're going to credit him tonight with a well-earned player of the game to Peyton Oddie, brought to you by NK Telco. Congratulations to Peyton.
Peyton Oddie, our player of the game tonight. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors here this evening. Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All-Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, the Center for Orthopedics at Wilson Health, and NK Telco. Also, follow WCSM AM 1350, 96.7 FM, and their internet-exclusive games on WCSMradio.com. All season, your sports leader in Mercer and All-Glaze counties. 5-star recruitment sponsor, Crown Equipment Corporation. MVP sponsors, Clopay and Nidec Minster. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Keys to the game, Keyhole Pizza. Replays, Winners Meats. Starting lineup, Sydney All-Glaze Audiology. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Stats and recap sponsor, Wagner's IGA. Tournament sponsor, the Center for Orthopedics at Wilson Health. And our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco. NK Telco Sports also would like to remind you that replays of today's basketball contest can be seen on NK Telco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Dates of the replay: Thursday, March 10th at 5 p.m., Saturday, March the 12th at 6 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both of the teams have finished their tournament run. I'd like to thank our crew here tonight.
Our director is Scott Robinson, the assistant director Bryce Hamrick. On the camera is Jeff Henshin and Craig Louth. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me tonight, Dave Kanapke. And our final score, the Marion Local Flyers 49, Spencerville Bearcats 31. The Flyers move on to the regional semifinals. You have been watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.